Want to get a newsletter from GZM about all your favorite shows? Sign up at gzmshows.com/newsletter. That's gzmshows.com/newsletter. To listen without ads, go to gzmshows.com/subscribe.
Grab him, now!
Can't catch me. Here, this barrel, I'll just slow you down.
Look out for the barrel!
Up to the rigging.
He's swinging up there. He's slippery as a bleeding eel.
We got him now. Nowhere to run.
No, you've got me cornered. What shall I do?
Jump! He's on the pier! Get him!
Of course, even the best laid plan has its problems. Good thing I had an alternative, just in case.
What's he got there?
It's a giant bloody kite. He's gonna fly a kite, is he? The cheek of that lad.
Let me have him.
Time to fly.
He ain't no eel. He's a blooming bird.
Full on lighters.
It was simply a matter of lift versus drag. The kite caught the wind lifted me off the pier, and it was clear sailing across the river to dry land. Brilliant! If only the wind hadn't stopped.
Oh dear. Time to record Young Ben Franklin Rewind. This is for people who have already listened to episode 1 of Young Ben Franklin. There will be spoilers. Hello, it is Jess Fisher. I am here with GZM creators Chris Terry and David Kreisman. Today we'll be talking about the very first episode of Young Ben Franklin, the peculiar case of veracity
Veracity
Quince. I thought I was right.
This is the first time you've heard it, right?
Yes, it's true. It's so delightful. But let me introduce our special guest this week, young Ben Franklin writer Lucky Gold.
Hey, Lucky.
Hey, Lucky.
Hey.
Hello.
He's also Treasure Island writer and also The Hollow writer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know one other Lucky, one of my closest friends who is also a writer, Lucky Cerruti. Is Lucky your birth name?
That's so funny because most people say I have a dog named Lucky.
No, I have a very close friend.
No, I was born, officially Lloyd, but it was a difficult birth, so they call me Lucky from the get-go.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. So my friend's name is Fortunato, but they named him that with the intention of being called Lucky.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Anyway, how did y'all get all working together?
Lucky and I have known each other for 15 years. Is that right?
Wow.
Something like that.
At least.
Yes, at least. We met at Guiding Light. First, Lucky was my boss. Then I was his
Dave
boss.
was my boss.
Then we were bosses together. Yes.
And then we got bossed around.
Exactly. Fun times.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. Lucky's also a playwright and worked on some pretty big movies, right? But
really?
You worked on Shakespeare in Love. What else?
Whoa.
Marvin's Room?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Big
Very
deal.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about this project made Lucky a good fit for it?
I thought of him immediately when we started to work on it. I don't know. He's a history buff, and I just thought his voice would be perfect for this show.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What else? Why else do you think Lucky? why do you think you were right for this project?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a contemporary of Ben Franklin. That's one. That's right. So, I don't know. I just always had an interest in him, and as soon as Dave started talking about it, it seemed like just a really fun, particularly the idea of a mystery, an amateur detective, Ben Franklin. That just grabbed me right away.
Right.
Dave, do you remember where did the original idea come from? I can't remember. Was it just on a list of a bunch of our ideas? I can't remember.
We were talking about doing some kind of historical, like a historical fiction show.
Right.
And then we just started thinking about who could we do as a kid. And he was kind of the first one that jumped out. A lot of people too problematic.
Yeah.
Young Thomas Jefferson, not so good.
Yeah.
Right.
I've
No,
always
it's true.
loved the artwork for the show. With Ben Franklin
Yeah.
with the sunglasses on, I think was always a home run.
It hangs over my desk Chris.
I love it.
That's great. Originally when we were writing the show, the voiceover was going to be also young Ben.
Yeah.
And when we started listening to it, we realized it was very hard to tell the difference between his voiceover and what he was doing in scene. And so that's where the idea
We actually have a version of
changing
the
to old
pilot
Ben.
without.
Without old Ben, but it's hard to imagine.
I
now,
can't
'cause-
imagine that. Yeah.
I know, because it's so great. It's so
Yeah.
fun to hear them.
In fact, I think that's really because we were like, "What's not work? It's not working. It's not working." And then when we did that, it was sort of sometimes with these shows, there's those moments with it, like say, "Okay, now we're off to the races."
I also think it gives you that counterpoint between what's actually happening in the story and, that it's set. It's not our time, but it is our time. I love, for instance, at the end of the episode, when basically the voice of Ben Franklin is letting you know there's going to be another episode, and you can, look it up or whatever on something.com,
Right.
and then ask what .com means. I think that's great. It's one of my favorite ways that the thing keeps jumping back and forth between, our time and their time.
Yeah, we kept sort of this idea as if he was alive today, and pulled out and he's describing the show or narrating the show. It was really, really funny. The best robot ever caught me off guard. I have to say.
That's our old
Yeah.
website.
That's our old website. So this is
Yeah.
an idea of how old this show is.
Classic.
Wow.
So, okay, when did y'all start working on, like, what year is it in the perspective of other shows?
2018. I saw that the script. Pilot script.
Yeah, it was just about the same time, a little before Becoming Mother Nature.
Okay.
6 minutes had already started, but it was definitely in our first 5 shows probably that we did. Yeah.
Yep.
We have another 6 minutes voice actor,
Yes, we do.
Sam Osstone.
Yep.
Yes.
I was wondering if you were going to pick up on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here
Oh,
first.
my God.
was-
Here first.
Here first. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where we used him, and then realized that he would be great when we were casting Adam.
Oh. Yeah, because I wrote another hold for applause, but I guess at this point the audience wouldn't know
No.
Sam Osstone.
Yep.
Also, I mean, who is Judge Warren?
Yeah, it's so great.
Jeez Louise.
Judge Warren or the governor?
Or the governor.
The governor.
The governor,
The-
right.
Oh, the governor.
Also Judge Warren.
The governor's David Andrew McDonald, who Lucky and I worked with on Guiding Light. And he played Prince Edmund, who was he was the Prince of San Cristobal, a fictional island somewhere that was a British monarchy.
Cristobal.
He fell on hard times and became a loud pianist, just so
he
you
did.
know.
Yes, that's right.
So funny.
Okay, and what was casting the young people like? Go ahead.
I was just going to say my favorite line that Lucky ever said about him. He said, "I used to command at Old Navy. Now I work there." We had a hard time casting young Ben, if I remember correctly. It was it's a hard role, to really take command. And we kept saying Han Solo, Indiana Jones. We were looking for a kid that could be a young version of that.
Yeah.
Be really dynamic and fun and strong and adventurous and also very smart, obviously, because he's Ben Franklin. So it was difficult. And of course, well, you don't know this, Jess, but in between seasons 1 and 2, he got too old. And
Yes,
so
I
we had to
actually did know
recast.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chris
Yeah.
Richards is
It
his
is what
name.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
plays Ben
I mean,
What
I
I-
think he's so good.
I think
Go
he's
ahead.
like 33 now.
What I found interesting in going back and listening was he's got to be believable friend to Eliza, who is 10 or 11 years old.
Yep.
And yet old enough to be attracted to maybe his first love, his
right.
Yeah.
first girlfriend.
Yep.
So it's a delicate thing. He's a kid himself, and yet he's feeling something as a young man, as the story progresses, and they both have to be real. And I think he pulls it off.
I also think that's a testament to, like, I think GZM does that beautifully, of the transition of, like, I'm still a kid and also I'm, like, falling in love for the first time, Like, y'all always hit that out of the park. And also Eliza Boyd, very good actor too.
Yep.
She was.
Yeah, that's Presley Ryan, who just waited on me at the Maplewood pool.
Oh,
I was like,
that
I know
is
that voice.
so funny.
Yes. She's she was a Broadway act. She was in Fun Home, and I think she was in Beetlejuice.
Oh.
Yep, and she's Cora and Dora on 6 Minutes.
Oh, wow.
But
That's
she's
really
great.
cool.
She's great. And And Riley McDonald, who plays Felicity, who's not in this episode, she was on Mars Patel and also Ghost of Jessica Majors.
Oh, copy that. Who was she in Mars?
She was Julia.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yep.
I love the music in this show. It's so it really the world. It's all
So this is a guy named Colton Weatherston is the composer on this, and he's
Appropriate.
Yeah, exactly. He also did some stuff on the second season just to sort of update the score. And he was a friend of Sean's, doing some work for Sean's, who Sean I always talk about. And so I got connected to him through there. So there is a really interesting story about this theme song. Dave, I don't know if you remember this. So the original theme song was the song that you hear, was the piece of music you hear at the end.
Right.
And that was the one we were going with. And then, and Colton and I worked on that sort of back and forth. I gave him a bunch of notes, and that was sort of the thing. But I always felt like it just wasn't like big enough. And then he said, "Hey, I have this thing, which is my UCLA film scoring."
It was like his thesis or something,
Yeah, my
right?
thesis,
Yeah.
my final project. And it's recorded by the UCLA Symphony Orchestra. So that's basically his theme. So I don't know, I guess I'll just play some of it. So you hear it, and what you're hearing is the actual, it's like a full-blown orchestra, a real orchestra.
Oh, wow.
Recorded in a room in UCLA somewhere, years before.
Wow.
And so what I did is I went in and I shortened it and cut out stuff and sort of tried to make it into a concise piece. You can hear the original. It's a little long, but I'll play just a tiny bit of it. But this is kind of interesting. So you'll hear it start out. You even hear the room. You'll hear people like breathing. Check it out.
Oh, wow. Sure.
So then you'll hear it starts pretty much as we hear it. Right? So you sort of hear it. And then you'll hear there's a section here that I cut out. There's 4 bars. Right here.
The horn section sounds a little hungover.
Yeah. Right. So this is how the piece ends in our show, right? Right, fades out. But then check it out. I mean, it's pretty amazing,
It's
right?
so
It
good.
is, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
Listening to it now, I think what I should have done is use that whole part as the end theme as well. Yeah, so it's a really interesting story that like we're using something that he never thought would ever see the light of day, And I also love the fact that it's a full real orchestra.
Yeah. And it
Most
fits
of
so
our
beautifully.
orchestration stuff we do is computerized, which sounds very, very close, but we rarely have enough. We don't have enough to hire an actual orchestra.
A full orchestra.
Right.
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. Anyways, Colton did a great job. He's fantastic. He's actually a jazz guitar player that lives down in Philadelphia.
Wow. Look at that.
It's cool.
I'm realizing with our pilot rewind, the mailbags are a little bit tougher. I did a search for young Ben and mailbag, and there's can't really find anything. But in one of those emails, it's just a fan saying that young Ben Franklin is her favorite, and her mailbag in this email, Georgia, that's the name of the person, is what are all of our favorite colors?
Well, mine's blue. That's easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Dave?
Yeah, I also like blue.
I'm a green gal.
Yeah.
Lucky, what's your favorite color?
Boring blue.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Wow.
gold. You didn't say gold?
Yeah.
Gold.
No, sorry. No, sorry.
One thing I wanted to talk about on this a little bit is so this takes place around 1715, something like
Yeah,
that, right?
around
Lucky?
that. Yeah.
And so the interesting thing that we had to sort of get in there because we wanted this to feel revolutionary. It's obviously 60 years before the revolution. So kind of, this idea of the governor and the fact that the people are feeling oppressed and that there's the seeds of the revolution are starting here. was
Yeah.
something we tried to get in. It's
And you know, Dave, it's funny that you said that because I was just when I was listening to episode 1, I went ahead and listened to a bunch of others. But the thing that strikes me from the very beginning is, although it was meant to be a mystery tale, you know, the silver teapot, all that, and the letter, and what does it all mean, and Veracity Quince solves a mystery. Almost every character that we care about in the story, it's a question of freedom.
Yep.
Are they going to be free to be either, you know, literally physically free, like Eliza and Ben, not under the contract or whatever that they have, you know, as indentured to someone else, or even Jamaica Jack and his is another character later on in the story who's, you know, an ex-slave. That, and even the daughter of the governor, who we imply that she's going to be in an arranged marriage. All of these characters are kind of looking for their freedom in some way or other, and I think that we did sort of establish, you know, that this is the beginnings of the of the independence. You know, but it's like you said, it's 60 years away.
Yep. And we don't think of Ben Franklin as being so much older than all the other founding fathers, but he's
he
like
was
2 full generations older than most of them.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about the opening for a second? Because boy, this is our biggest attempt at a drop the needle opening than I think we have on any other show. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to sort of figure out. I'm really proud of the fact of how much we left up to the imagination of the listener, Dave. I mean, you know, like you said, this is one of our early shows, so I can feel me in particular, really sort of like working out things that became easier for us and more grand later on. But it was it's a really cool way into the story. It's the classic, like, you know, Dave and I were just tweeting or texting about something else. It's the classic starting with the previous tale into the Indiana Jones opening in a sense, right?
Right, yeah.
Right. He's on one mission, but it's not the mission of the show.
Right. And we really dropped the needle. I mean, the fact that they're there, I mean, you really have to sort of understand like that they're pretending to be a band and all this sort of stuff is going on. It's interesting.
Well, it's my favorite kind of story is the one that begins in the middle, as opposed to at the beginning. Yeah. And when I listen to it now, Chris, I think, my God, it's utter chaos.
It's so chaotic.
Everyone's just yelling, and you don't really know exactly what's happening, but it doesn't matter.
But then the kite happens, and then you go, it's Ben Franklin. There's a kite.
Right, exactly.
I will say, you know, this was my first listen, and I got it.
Yeah.
Oh, so, good.
Yeah, I knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Good.
I thought it was chaotic in the best way.
Because I was listening and I was like, whoo, boy, did we go for it.
I thought the layering of the voices in the chaos was really impressive.
That was tough. Yeah, that was tough. It's a hard thing.
It's a lot of Dave in those.
A lot of Dave. A lot of
Dave.
I'm playing like 4 different chip hands.
Did you catch me, Jess? I'm like 3 or 4 different things. Yeah, I am the. You know, when they walk into the court, I'm the honorable so and so presiding.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, shall we get into it?
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Lucky, you get to ask Ben Franklin for a recap.
Oh, hey Ben, how about a recap?
Hello, podcast listeners. It's your old friend Ben here to tell you the tale of episode 1. We jump into action as young Ben and his wharf rats attempt to borrow a copper bar for his experiments. Ben makes his escape using a giant kite, but when the wind dies, he's caught by the constable and put on trial. Judge Warren remands Ben to the custody of his brother James, who urges him to stop dreaming and concentrate on his apprenticeship in the print shop. Ben is visited by young Eliza Boyd, who has been falsely accused of theft and is looking for help from the legendary mystery solver Veracity Quince. Judge Warren visits with the dangerous governor of Massachusetts, who demands that he bring him Veracity Quince, dead or alive. Eliza returns to the print shop and busts Ben on being Veracity Quince himself. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the show.
I'm gonna say
It's like being
that's
at the
funny.
Hall of Presidents.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something.
Yeah. I was going to say another. We were talking last week about the dramatic irony, and I think this is another instance where I don't know. I think as the listener, we all kind of get that Veracity Quince is Ben, and that's okay. Like,
Yep.
it is sort of like, when's this gonna make things messy? When's this gonna ruin everyone's plans? You know,
I think that there really was a Veracity Quince, wasn't there?
No.
No, didn't.
Nope,
Didn't
that's
he
made
write?
up.
Didn't he write under a pseudonym at some point?
He
Silence
wrote
Do
under
Good.
Silence Do Good. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's
which
what
was
it
a
is.
woman.
Yes.
Was a woman. Yeah, he
I
had
think-
a couple of those main names that he made up and
Yeah.
wrote under. But
Yeah,
I think
but-
Dave,
that was where it
Dave came
from.
up with Veracity Quince.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a good name.
It's a good name.
A lot of things that I came up with, Ben Franklin gets credit for.
Like that electricity thing.
True.
Exactly. Well, I perfected it. He came up with it, but I perfected it.
So it's an interesting choice to make this very historical fiction, but with like little bits that are real. What were those choices like? Because it's like you could have kept it as Silence Do Good, you know?
Yeah, I think we just sort of decided like let's wink at the true things. We'll start in a place of reality, which is he was an apprentice in his brother's shop. That's true. He was in Boston at this age. And really beyond that, that's kind of everything else is pretty made up. But with nods to the things that were real, like the fact that he created other personas, like the aphorisms that he had started to come up with, the fact that he was a scientist and an inventor
Right,
and all those things.
right.
And was he doing all those things at this age? Who could say? Right.
Right.
Who can say? It was
You
too
know,
long ago.
and
Nobody knows.
even when we get to season 2 and he's in New York, there's actually no record of him really ever spending time in New York.
That's right. He went through there on his way to Philadelphia, but nobody has any idea what actually happened during his time in New York.
One of the things that I like in the first episode is, again, that kind of wink that you're talking about, Dave. When his brother says to him, "You're late to bed
Yeah.
and you're late
Yes.
to rise."
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Well, I mean, anybody in the audience will know that one of his aphorisms was "early to bed, early to rise."
Yep.
But the way we can play with it so that the audience gets it, I think is like a great inside joke that they get to enjoy.
Right. Just like the kite, same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Totally.
It's awesome.
Shall we get into our categories?
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right, Lucky, you get to pick the winner, so you got to pay attention and really, and then we build a trophy and send it. Well, all these actors are now 40 years old, so we're not even going to know where to send anything, but we'll still make the trophy.
Yeah. First category, you get to decide which of your lines is the best.
Exactly. Which lines that you wrote is the best? Okay, first one, Ben Egg.
Boys, if I don't make it back from this mission, here's what I want on my tombstone. An egg today is better than a hen tomorrow.
What does that even mean?
From somebody that has chickens, I still don't even know what it means.
The running joke I love is that he's just kind of a blowhard.
Yeah.
And anytime he starts pontificating, all of his friends
Right.
roll their eyes.
What?
Like,
Right.
okay, here he goes again.
We got some Dave lines here.
It can go wrong.
What are you doing?
Uh-oh, gotta run.
Stop that boy! Don't let him get away!
Watch out, coming through.
Grab him! Now!
Can't catch me. Here, this barrel ought to slow you down.
Look out for the barrel!
Up to the...
Look over the barrel.
By the way, Dave, is the constable Ricky?
The constable is Ricky Hards.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Former
Former-
Mr. England.
Mr. England.
Yes.
And we've used him on a bunch of stuff. And
What do you
he's
mean,
just-
former Mr. England?
He was a bodybuilder. He was Mr. England as bodybuilder.
Oh.
An enormous.
He comes in
lovely
the
man.
studio and like everybody just stops what they're doing and was like,
funny.
wow.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
He takes real good direction, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the nicest. He's the nicest dude. In the, yeah, yeah. We'd say. So I think he is. And Dave would get on the mic and go like, "So Ricky, yes,
Perfect. Well,
yeah,
don't change a
perfect.
word.
Listen,
But he's really straight out of a Guy Ritchie movie. He was
it's
perfect.
amazing.
He is.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's amazing. Okay, James Candles.
I'm not cut out for making candles, James.
You burn enough of them at both ends, though, don't you?
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah, James Fewer. I love this line.
And my advice to you is more beef and less books.
Fewer.
What's that?
Fewer books. Fewer means how many, less means how much.
You don't say.
Eliza, smart as any.
You're pretty smart for such a little girl.
I'm as smart as any boy, if not smarter.
I liked it. I just liked it. I was like, yes, Queen.
Door attendant.
Yes, may I help you?
Be so good as to tell the governor that Judge Warren is here on pressing business.
And may I inquire the nature of that business?
Who was Judge Warren again? I forget.
That's Brian, our dearly departed.
Yeah, that's right.
Brian.
Is that right?
Yep.
Governor Cat to Canary.
As the cat said to the canary, we'll have tea in the library.
What does that even mean?
No idea, but I loved it. Well, it was like, I think it's like, I'm the cat, you're the canary.
Yes,
Come
yes,
up and I will eat you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Governor, godforsaken colony.
But His Majesty didn't send me to this godforsaken colony to sip tea while some scapegrace thumbs his nose at the King's justice.
I love the way he says King's justice.
Scapegrace.
Oh my gosh.
Governor.
He's giving Claude Frollo in Hunchback.
Yes.
Govern money.
But to find this man Quince requires more resources, more manpower, more
money? Rest assured, you will have all you need. Just bring me Veracity Quince. In chains if you can, or in a coffin if you must.
Well, what do you think, Lucky? What's your favorite line?
It's pretty hard to beat the cat and the canary to me.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, that's so good. Okay, Cat and the Canary wins it. We're going to have to send over to the governor.
The governor.
He lives in Minnesota now.
Yeah.
The governor of Minnesota.
Governor of Minnesota. Well, we're moving on to the best sound design category, which, you know,
best sound design, best category,
best category, exactly. And we go to opening score, which we've heard. We don't have to listen to it again. We know what that sounds like. And Ship Hubbub is the second one.
The docks. The ship had just pulled into Boston Harbor. A ship containing something my friends and I needed.
Oh, wait a sec. When you said
whistly.
opening score, you don't mean the theme. You mean how we open. Okay. Well,
yes, that's what I meant.
All right, let's listen to opening score. Here we go.
This is not a story about an old man in bifocals at the center of...
I just liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, love how it starts.
Me too.
Jaunty Jig.
Oh, this is Ship Hubbub. You missed Ship Hubbub.
Oh, did I miss Ship Hubbub? Gosh, boy. All right. Here we go.
The docks. The ship had just pulled into Boston Harbor. A ship containing something my friends and I needed.
It's just like starting how it fades in is so cool.
And also going for that, I don't know, again, like we talked on the last episode, this idea of sort of picking a movie. You can picture every movie that it sort of flies in like this over the ships, and then there's all the ships in the harbor.
Matrix, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, exactly. And then there's a moment always in these shows where it all, like, the music kicks in and you see them working on the docks, throwing things, nets, and all the guys are there. Oh, and there's the barrels and and
kind of frozen with the ice.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Totally. Jaunty Jig.
Evo! Aye, aye, Captain. Strike sails. Drop anchor. Batten down your hatches. Ride the gangway.
This is Steve again.
I am.
So that's that moment I was talking
I'm the
about.
old one without an accent for some reason.
That's why he's called Jaunty Dave. Actually.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was conscripted to the ship.
Stealing.
Reach the cargo hold, find the copper bars from Peru. It wasn't stealing, it was borrowing for the sake of science. Copper is an excellent conductor of electricity, as everyone knows, and
Dave, I would think that this is maybe one of those, like I said, these early shows, we're all learning, how to do what it is that we ended up doing. But this is one of those moments. It might be one of our first times where we ever did the things happening over top of the description.
Yeah, it's
It works very well.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because it's the first time that we had voiceover over the scene in this way.
Yeah.
And then figuring out that you don't want the voiceover by itself.
Yeah, because then you're just sitting there listening, waiting for it to finish, right? So this idea being that you're giving them something to listen to happening behind it, and what's happening is exactly what he's describing.
Yep.
But this might be the first time. We do that a lot in different things now, and it just sort of seems second nature, but this might have been the first time we did that.
It's probably true.
We got footsteps, LOL, is that it?
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
Just because I always put footsteps in.
I love it.
You really know Veracity Quince?
That one.
Yeah, love it.
18th century. Those are real 18th century footsteps.
We had to go way back to get
Got the
those.
recording,
We had
yeah,
to go way
exactly.
back. Eating.
How long since you've eaten?
Since I ran away.
That must have been hard to achieve.
Yeah.
I think she must have really
The mouth
been eating.
noises.
That sounds like
She
You think
must
so?
have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, never mind. Easy to achieve.
Tea. Printing press. I remember this took a long time because there really is no sounds of what printing presses sounded like back
Yeah, and
then.
it's not like we know what that sounds like.
And I think if you listen, I think there's some typewriters and different things in here. You can hear a typewriter. You know, when the old mechanical
Fax machine.
typewriters, you would pull the thing back. I think that's in here.
To a young woman falsely accused of theft. I will prove your innocence by finding the guilty party. Fear not, the truth will come out. Yours faithfully, Veracity Quince.
Again, an example of something going on behind him reading. And I always laughed because are you legit supposed to think that he's like placing the letters? Like, and
Right.
he's, you know what I mean?
That's how fast he's placing the letters. Yeah.
Exactly. And then we got door. Hang on.
Can I be of help?
That's a
Just
good
like
door.
it. Love a door.
It's a good door.
Love a good door.
Yep. Well, what do you think, Lucky? What's your favorite piece of sound design?
I'm going to be boring, but I did like the one at the very beginning. The I think it's the fiddle, right? At the very beginning.
Yeah, the opening score.
I just think it sets it where we are, you know, but with life and vitality and you know all that. I think it sets the mood.
Awesome. That's great.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Easy winner.
Easy winner.
What do we
Number
got next?
3.
Number 3.
Best Ben Franklin wink.
The winks.
Like we were talking about. The winks.
Right.
The winks. All right, well, we got the kite.
Just in case.
What's he got there?
It's a giant bloody kite. He's gonna fly a kite, is he? The cheek of that lad. Let me have him.
Time to
He ain't no eel. He's a blooming bird.
It was simply a matter of lift versus drag. The kite caught the wind lifted me off the pier, and it was clear sailing across the river to dry land.
Love it.
You know, it's interesting there, Chris, is we're on the deck when he takes off.
Yeah.
So we hear him up in the sky, and then at the end, we're kind of with him. I don't know if we did that again, we probably would choose one or the other, I think.
Yeah.
We'd either be with
interesting.
him up in the sky and hear the people way far down below, or we'd always hear him from up high.
Yeah, that's why I said, you know, this whole opening scene, we're trying a lot of this stuff for the first time, you know, and it's stuff that we developed over many, many shows. So, yeah, I think you're totally right. You know, we would have played it. You know how we would have played it, Dave, is how we played the scene where he's climbing the pole in Treasure Island.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Similar to that.
Yep. Where we're down and
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, y'all have literally been doing this nonstop for 5 entire years. So, like, since this moment.
That's true.
Like, and like literally not stopping.
I know.
So,
Yes.
like, understandably, you'd be like, maybe I'd do that a little bit differently.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the fun things about re-listening to these, and also, I think potentially the stuff for all the people that are interested in this kind of thing, maybe the most interesting. Like to hear, like I think, you know, as you develop in any art, you don't know what to listen for until you know what to listen for. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know.
Chris, I think that's one thing, you know, people say kind of glibly, oh, a podcast, it's like a radio drama.
Yeah.
But it isn't.
Yeah.
It is to the extent that it's sound, but you guys actually have to create, it's almost a different art form. You have to create all of this atmosphere, all of this sense of place, et cetera, without a visual.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just the word. It's not just, you know, as in a radio play. And it isn't as simple as hearing those coconuts sounding like
like
horses.
Like horses.
Yeah.
It's more sophisticated. I think that's what's really wonderful about it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's fun to hear how we sort of developed the Gen Z's, for lack of a better word, sound. And this, you know, these early shows, I mean, if you go back and listen to the first 4 episodes of Mars Patel, like I'm particularly just swimming, like
doing it as we went on.
As we did along.
Yeah.
We're all sitting in a room watching you.
It's not like
make
there
each
was
other.
a.
Yeah, that's weird. We sit there and like, do we want to use music? I don't know. Okay, like it was.
It's not like there was a guidebook,
Humble beginnings.
It's very similar to Ben Franklin creating bifocals.
Exactly.
Just
Same
as
thing.
important.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Next one: 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
Mr. Quince likes to say 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead.
He came up with it here. He just didn't tell anyone for 40 years.
Yeah. Late sleeper, early to rise.
Late to bed, late to rise. That's you, Ben Franklin.
Love it.
Yep.
He's great.
Veracity Quince, inspired by Silence Dogood.
Is Mr. Veracity Quince.
Does your friend really know Veracity
He
Quince?
said he did, didn't he?
Yeah, Ben don't lie.
Not our Ben. Well, not much anyway.
Another great, Dave, remember, we spent a long time on this, and now, again, something we do sort of a little more secondhand, is the action, the response of the crowd, like to make the crowd feel like they are part of a scene. And it, like I've said before, it's stuff that young sound designers miss every single time because it's, but it's the most important thing. It makes a scene. And this is the show we learned how to do that in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You should have thrown a Wahoo William in there.
Oh, I know, totally. He should have been. He transcends all time and space.
He's just in there.
Lucky, what's your favorite Ben Franklin wink?
Well, I love the kite, I have to say, because it kicks the show. I mean, as much as I like late to bed, late to rise, which is, I just think of really just a fall down funny line. It's hard not to just, the show launches with the kite, literally.
Yeah.
So I think that's
I think that's a great choice. I mean, he's all about the kite, right? And then we hear the kite, at the beginning is amazing.
And it keeps coming up, by the way. There's more kite action later on.
I'm sure.
That's right.
It's like greatest hits.
Exactly.
Play it again. Dave, would you explain this next category?
Yeah, so this is half a truth is often a great lie is a quote from Ben Franklin. So this is really kind of just for discussion to talk about what's real and what isn't on the show.
Right. Okay.
So our first one up is Ben as leader of the Wharf Rats.
Right.
Lucky. Is that based on a truth?
That is a really good question, Dave. I seem to remember that he did have friends
Period.
in Boston, a kind of a gang.
I think that's right. Yeah,
I think I remember you telling me that they were called the Wharf Rats or something.
Yeah.
I think
Really?
so too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think John was a real person. That was really his best friend.
I
The
think
one,
so.
the leader of the Wharf.
Right.
His second in command, basically.
Right.
Was a real guy.
Who he left behind.
Yep.
I actually think you're right. I'm looking up Wharf Rats, and the first 2 things on Google are us, but then there's like other stuff. There's like, a bunch of other stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What about Ben as a detective?
That's made up.
Yeah.
I don't believe that he was a detective, but it's fun to imagine.
He started the volunteer fire department in Philadelphia, but I don't think that's
He did.
it's not the same thing.
He is
Yep.
searching for fires.
Yes.
He's on the
right.
hunt.
It's close.
What about Ben as an apprentice to his brother?
Yes.
That is true, right?
Yep.
And was he meanie?
It was a very scratchy relationship.
Oh, okay.
Was it
There you
really?
go.
I think so.
Yeah, and that's really the reason why he left New York, I think. I mean, why he left Boston, because he just hated being an apprentice and he wanted to go out on his own.
Right.
And he did get into trouble. At writing as Silence Dogood, he got into a lot of trouble. There was kind of a hunt for who was the person that was writing these incendiary things about the people in charge.
He also took on. I mean, there's a little shot at Harvard later on in the story.
Yes.
And he did take on Harvard when he lived in Boston in one of his Silence Dogood articles.
Interesting. What about Ben getting into? Oh, we sort of said that he did sort of get into trouble.
Yeah, he
right?
did. He was definitely someone who never liked authority, and so he did get into trouble even as a kid.
What about the governor?
Dave,
Not a real guy.
I think we made him up.
We did. It was ruled by a governor. Massachusetts Bay Colony was ruled by a British governor at this time. And there were a few different guys
And I bet he was mean.
they were all pretty horrible, but we did make this guy up, yes.
Nice. What do you have on the list there? Eliza Boyd.
Eliza Boyd, made up, right?
Made up. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I'm sensing a trend here.
And then something that says wharf.
Yeah, I think just the fact that Ben spent a lot of time on the wharf, and we know he was a great swimmer. He invented invented those
flippers.
Flippers, yeah, hand flippers, right? Paddles.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky, I think maybe because when we were putting this together, Lucky would come up and he would like sort of. I was always fascinated by all the research that you were doing and stuff. And I think you told me that he swam like every morning in the harbor, right?
He was like a really dedicated swimmer.
Yeah.
I think he got seasick when he was on a boat, but he liked to swim. One of those strange things.
And I think he was a great athlete, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
We think of him as a sort of portly older guy, but I think as a young man, he was a ladies' man, and he was a good athlete.
He was a ladies' man as an old man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was he really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Well, also on that, Silence Dogood, didn't she receive multiple marriage offers?
Yeah, I think that's right.
That's probably true.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
It's like Tootsie.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Well, so, that leads us into MVP. How do you pick the MVP? I mean, obviously there's, Ben Franklin himself. I would make an argument for old Ben.
I like the governor.
You like the governor? Oh, he is pretty great. Yeah,
He's so good.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys,
Lucky, what do you think?
Dave, what do you think?
When I listen to it again, I really like the character of young Ben. I like the voice and the perspective and the humor of old Ben. I like all that. I love the governor's. He's like, he should have a Hammer horror film all by himself.
Right.
I love it.
Right.
Yeah.
He's so wonderful. But actually the surprise to me listening to it was Eliza. I just thought she was such a breath of fresh air and his equal, and you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
When she comes in at the end and says, "You're Veracity Quince," it's easy for him to patronize her, but he can't patronize her after that. She's just as smart as he is, and that was a surprise to me.
Oh, that's
so
a
could I have
choice.
a co MVP?
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
Absolutely. I kept thinking how this whole idea of old Ben living in our time, how we really started to take that left later on, and he was like, what about Ben Franklin in space? He would like do all these, he would do all of these things. The great thing is that every time he mentioned it, Ben would be like, yeah, we should do Ben Franklin in space.
I know, I'm sure.
At one point we were going to do a little animation, right? Jess, didn't we talk about that?
It's just hard to find animators that are cheap.
Yeah, it was going to be Ben Franklin coming into the studio to record his voiceover.
Yeah.
I like Ben Franklin meeting Sigourney Weaver somewhere in
Really funny, really.
She's just a mother protecting her young.
Let's see. You have some notes here, Jess.
Yeah, the note was hold for applause, but we already knew that Sam Oz Stone was in this first.
But you have some
exposition. I just wanted to share this one.
Here you go.
You belong to me until you turn 21. That's 7 long years. And don't you forget it.
Yes, James.
Okay, so he's 14. Okay.
Right. Yeah. There's a nice bit of exposition from Ricky, I think it is, the constable. As crazy as the opening scene is, he does a nice wrap up of explaining to the judge what has just happened.
Yes.
I was curious about, I love how the dialogue is written, and were any of you involved in the directing of the young actors with that dialogue to, make it feel like it's just regular colloquial speak,
Well, there was a lot of, like Dave said, getting Chris, right? Getting him to be that sort of Han Solo, super sure of himself thing. That I remember Dave took a while.
Yeah, and I think all of the kids, it was harder, I think, than regular dialogue for sure.
Right.
It took a little while, but they were all in studio together.
Yeah.
I remember the little one that played Sam was the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
He was bouncing off the walls.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And now he has a mortgage.
Exactly. Right?
Exactly.
Drives a Tesla. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is Eliza also another actress who was older, sounded younger?
Yes. Yeah, she'd already been on Broadway at that point.
Wow.
And, yep.
Queen, star.
Yep.
All right, that's what I got.
Well, that's amazing. Well, Lucky, so awesome to have you on the show, and just such amazing writing, and on every show, it's always fun.
Yeah.
Always fun to catch up and to.
Well, what I like is that when I listen now, I don't know where. I mean, I do know sometimes, but mostly I don't know where I leave off and Dave begins.
Right.
and I
nice.
think since I'm such a fan of his, it just makes it all the more fun for me to just
and vice versa.
to hear it that way.
Our brains work in the same in certain ways and very differently in others, and so I think it's a good.
It's
combo.
a good. It is. I
Yep.
agree. I agree.
That's so
amazing.
sweet.
That's amazing.
Aw.
Well, there's, I mean, hey, we could rewind a whole bunch of other shows with you as well, Lucky. So
That's true.
That's right.
Keep that phone on.
keep that phone.
Okay.
And we're starting on a new project too. I can't talk about it yet, but yes,
Okay.
Lucky and I've been. You're
Really?
acting like you don't know.
I know. No.
Do I know about it?
I'm not sure you do.
Oh,
not sure
that's so exciting.
What do we got? Oh, wait, I hear it. I hear it, Jess.
Well, we hope you're listening on the GZM app or on Supercast, but we're happy wherever you're listening. Thank you for listening to us rewind this show. For more rewinds from me, Dave, and Chris, go find us on GZM Rewind. And for more great shows, go to gzmshows.com. Thanks, and goodbye from all of us here. Bye! Hi there, it's me, Jess. It's almost summertime, and you know what that means. It's almost time for GZM's podcast summer camp. I'm on a bus going there right now to get things ready. We had a podcast summer camp last year, and it was a huge hit. Listen for camp announcements starting the last week of June. See you at camp soon. Did you know GZM has a free app? Get the GZM Shows app, available on the Apple and Android app stores.